How can you run your estate agency without you in it? Today, I'm joined by the wonderful Dave Gibbons, who is an estate agent extraordinaire from the Northwest, very well known in estate agency circles as a bit of a trainer, coach, and guru. He certainly runs his own estate agency without him in it. In fact, his staff don't even know who he is. Dave, how do you run your estate agency without you being in it? Talk to me.
Wow. Okay. So there's a lot that comes into this. One of the main reasons that I see is down to the training of the staff, or your team members, and a lot of the management not allowing their teams to flourish in the roles that they want to go in. So one of the problems that I see when I'm training lots of people is when I go in, they don't have a goal. They don't really know where they're going to go to, and they don't know how that looks when they're going to get there. What that does, it causes a huge problem in the expectation levels to the team and the staff. And if the team and the staff don't know where they're going and they don't know their expectations, that leads into the management, and all of a sudden you end up with this pie of problems where nobody really knows where they're going. Nobody really knows what their expectation is to get to that goal. And we find then that the bosses seem to run around like headless chickens, not knowing anything that's going on, and really struggle to grow the businesses, and certainly leave it to a point where they can exit themselves.
So when you say they know where they're going, this is like what the goals of the firm are, like
Yeah.
to be the number one agent in said town.
If that's the goal, it could be in the town, it could be in the district, it could be in the UK. You've got to figure out what it is and what's important to you. But if you don't have a destination to go to, and what you normally find with
A goal or a target, or we're doing this because,
yeah,
like is
the why.
Is this values and culture and things like that?
It's more why and purpose. The culture comes into that once you've
The
established.
culture will get you there, but almost like a North Star.
You need a North Star, yes. You need the North Star. And if you speak to it's not just in estate agency, it's across the board in all businesses that I speak to. They don't really, they set off initially to earn a certain amount of money, be their own boss and have some freedom. And that's kind of got them so far. Then they find they've got 1 to 2 team members and they're just not growing. And the reason they're not growing is they've not set another stage to go to. And if
It's almost like Groundhog Day. And
it is, yeah. It's like a log flowing down the river, just getting bashed from side to side. When really you want a bit of direction and engine so that you can push down that river.
so you almost need a sat nav and a Google. You need to know where you're going and how, and Google will get you there. So your sat nav says, right, that's where we're going to be. We're going to be number 2 in 2 years' time, and then number 1 thereafter. And this is what and then the Google will then tell you how to get there and what to do. But all they're doing is just rolling each day and just dealing with what gets thrown at them.
Yeah, so it's all reactive. It's not proactive at all. It's just reactive. And if you do that, you're just going to get battered as it takes you downstream.
Now, is this just a estate agency? Because I know you're not originally from an estate agency background, are you?
No, I'm not, no.
Are you an entrepreneur that just thought to yourself, I'll go into a estate agency?
A little bit, yeah. Yes, I suppose you could put it like
So you're a businessman who just happens to be in an estate agency, not an estate agent in business?
100% correct, yes.
So do you think that gives you an opportunity and an insight that probably people who are estate agents, who are not in, who are in business?
Yeah. It certainly gives me an advantage. What you generally find with estate agency, 2 things happen. Number 1, you never go into it thinking you're going to be an estate agent. And number 2, you probably never get out of it. So if you found that at like 18 to 20, where a lot of dudes,
Everyone just falls in, yeah.
they fall into it and then they never get out of it. And then they hit the 50s, 60s, they've probably got a small branch that's caused them nothing but headaches all the way along. And then they finally retire with nothing major.
And because if you think about it, estate agents aren't actually worth that much money if you sell them.
They're not worth anything. Letting agents are, but estate agencies goodwill. So yeah, they're not worth a great deal of money at all.
So give me some value for the video. If I was an estate agent, see boss watching this, and I know you're going to turn around and say, well, I offer training and support, which is great, but let's just assume they don't want to go on training. Give me some value. What do they need to do?
Okay, number 1 is pick a target. That's the main thing, because they won't have one currently. So pick a target. That might look like you're looking at your Rightmove leader charts and you're, I don't know, 3rd, 4th, 5th in your town or city. Where do you want to be, and why do you want to be there? Is it purely for the money? What's the main reason? So you've got to pick a goal that's going to give you everything that you want in your dream space. So where do you look for? What do you look for when you get to the retirement age of 55, 60? What does that look like? Is it a big house? Is it a place abroad? Is it just time with the kids? Whatever that is. Once you've got the goal that you really, really want to go to, what we're going to use now is business as a tool to get us there. So what we've got to do is ensure that this tool has got enough packed in it to get us to that journey. So for argument's sake, it looks like it's going to be, I don't know, 100 grand a year you need to earn to get you to this life. What does 100 grand a year look in your estate agency? So for us, we average around £5,000 fee per sale. It's our average fee. So we can work that out. How many sales do we need? How many sales exchanges do we need to get to that number? Then we can start to work out secondary, all the rest of the data starts to come. So then we can work on our conversions for how much marketing do we have to put out to get the valuations, to get the sales, and you can start working.
So you start with the big goal.
Start with a big goal, and then
I need 100 grand a year. Because if you think about it, with lettings, you don't actually earn that much throughout. You get the lump at the end.
Correct.
So with the estate agency, it's not worth much at the end, but you do earn
cash flow
throughout.
Correct.
And you're saying is right. If you need to build up a pot of £500,000 in a pension pot, say,
yeah,
I need to earn the firm needs to have this much income coming in to put so much into that pension pot, and therefore I need X number of exchanges. And from X number of exchanges, I need X number of listings. From X number of listings, I need so much free vals, and to get those so many free vals, I need X, Y, Z of marketing.
Correct. And don't drown yourself in the other data. It will become relatively clear to you once you've got the goal. The
goal is the most important.
Correct.
But then you need a pathway, a sat nav to get to that goal.
Correct. Yes.
And do you think, and you obviously talk to a lot of the estate agents and you love the training, I'm assuming most people that come to you don't even know what they want.
No, they don't. They don't know what they want. No. So generally, we ask them where do they want to go, what's the milestone, what's this North Star for the business? And they kind of don't know. So we work with them on that. So that's a case of, okay, let's go back to a personal level then and let's figure out what you really want.
Do you think most people, as you said, start an estate agency just so they can get away from the man?
Yeah.
Okay, and have a bit of income, because the old adage of I will have more free time. Come on. That's the last thing you get when you run your own business.
100% for a period. Yeah.
But ultimately, the game is what once you get up to that level, another goal.
Yeah, of course. So for me, my personal goals have always been start the businesses. I've got an end goal where I want to have enough money so that I don't have to worry about where I'm going to go next. I've got my own financial pot that I want to see myself hit, which looks like I've got a place in Spain. I want to have time with the kids, freedom, and I want to have health. So they're my goal. I can push down each one of these now individually. So for me to have the freedom, it's about when I build businesses, I'm not building a business for a job. In fact, I think if you're in a business for kind of any longer than 5 years, once you've set out, you've probably got a shit job and not a business. That's the downside to it. So if you're working in there all day, every day, and that business can't run without you in it, you've probably got a shit job.
What if you enjoy the job?
Well, that's a different story. But if it's in your passion to get out of it and not be into work all the time. So for me, it's about building these businesses that give me the money, but then I don't want to work in the businesses because I want to have the time with my family and spare time and to push it down my other passions in life. So for me, it's about building businesses that work more as investments as opposed to businesses as people see them traditionally. But I set them up, I don't just buy them. I build them, set them up, get the management teams running, get to the stage where I feel that, okay, this one can go without me now, and I slowly exit those businesses and start a new one.
Thank you for your insight today.
You're welcome.